There's a party going on around town. It's one rowdy cowboy throwdown here in H-Town, where we're stronger than a hurricane.
What an outstanding competition.
For miles around, the best of the best come here to put their tough to the test. Give it all for gold or go home broke.
Holy smokes, that's a lot of horse.
Welcome to the show, welcome to the home of the world's biggest rodeo, where the stars light up the night underneath that Texas sky.
Look at that.
Ready for a ride? Yeah, you better buckle up and hold on tight, where the Bayou City streets meet the country roads. Welcome to
A hard-running steer, but he handles it.
Welcome to the show.
That's perfect.
And here we go.
Hello, Houston. Y'all ready? Oh, that's fun to do. That's fun to do. I'm Bob Tallman along with Andy Seiler and Boyd Polhamus, our leader. You need to understand something. When we go to a Super Series, we have 5 of them. This is number 1, and we're in the 3rd round. It's money or mud tonight. It's how many points can you beat to add up when you didn't make any in the first 2 rounds? This is exciting.
It really is, and we're going to crown a champion in each one of these events, but usually at this point, there's 2 or 3 people that have enough money to advance, except in one contest, the bronc riding. Take a look at this kid named Statler Wright. He comes from a long line of saddle bronc riding champions. Now, he's won money in both the first and second round. He is guaranteed to move on, but what about the other 7 guys? None of them have won enough money at this point to make it to our semifinals, so it's going to be an OK Corral shootout in the bronc riding tonight, and I can't wait to find out who's still standing.
Well, I've got another rough stock competition that I've been looking at, okay? In the bull riding, there's 4 guys that have won money, but Chance Shot leaves himself vulnerable, okay? In round 1, he was 77. That was good enough for $1,000. Round 2, he gets bucked off. But what we want to see is the smile and the stash from round number 1. If he can ride one more bull, I can almost promise you he's moving on.
I just want to see the mustache again, I'll be honest. Let's go down to the 4th member of our broadcast team. She gets to pick a favorite as well. This is Patty Smith.
Well, thank you so much, and I am down here on the star stage where For King and Country will be performing in just a couple of hours, and I also have my eye on a cowboy, and it is in the tie-down roping competition right behind us, and it is Shane Hanchey. Now, Shane is a 14-time NFR qualifier. He's a world champion. He's a Rodeo Houston champion, but he is riding a new horse named River, and in an arena like this, he had to earn his confidence.
It gives me a lot of confidence. That little horse is only 5 years old, and this is a big environment for him, and he hasn't given me any reason not to trust him yet.
Shane is sitting middle of the pack in money right now. I had a chance to talk to him. He said he drew a good calf, so he's looking to add to that tonight, guys.
Thank you for that, Patty. He's right. He's one of the top 3 money winners right now, but he's not guaranteed of anything. So let's play this game they call tie-down roping, if you will. We'd be glad to. It's brought to you by Boot Barn. And as we stack up the champs, Caleb Schmidt, the 4-time world champion from Belleville, Texas, took all the cookies in the cookie jar last night. But it's all about money. How much money can you win in your series? Caleb's leading the way with $3,500. Trevor Hale is solid but not safe. Then Hanchey, Coper, and the top 4. Look out for John Douts. He's a past Rodeo Houston champ, and he'd like to win it again.
Very articulate start, Boyd. Zach Youngblood of Iowa, Louisiana. Won $1,000. That's not enough. He needs more. Got the calf captured now. Must get him standing. String the front leg. Bring the back 2 to the front and tie them all together. But they're also telling us he did not give the calf a proper head start. So we will add 10 seconds to the 13-7, making him 23-7, and more than likely that's going to be it.
Yeah, he's going home right now. There's no way he'll have a shot to advance.
All right, let's let a veteran have a shot at it. You start too early, you break the barrier. You start too late, you got to chase them halfway down a football field. This man, the ultimate athlete for the last 30 years of his life, Matt Shiozawa, has won $2.5 million. Now think about it. 8, 10, 12, 15 seconds at a time. 11 times he's been to the Wrangler Finals in Vegas. He is a past Houston champion. Right now, at the age of 43, he's the reigning champion of the Wilderness Circuit. Reach. Ooh. No dip.
But you got to understand at this juncture, when you're looking at 1,000 for Zach, 750 for Matt, they basically got to throw Hail Marys. They cannot play it safe. They had to throw Hail Marys, and sadly, they're not paying off for the two great Cowboys. Lane Livingston. Now, you talk about a guy that can win a big rodeo. Wait, he's won the Cheyenne Frontier Days. He's got that one under his belt. Lane, thus far, 12-7, 12 flat. He's placed twice. It's good for $1,000, but really to feel safe, he'd want to win second or better tonight.
And
so he'd have to be one of the first or the top two fast times.
And standing beside him was Caleb Schmidt, giving him some last-minute advice. Nobody better to take it from, but he's got to hustle. A bobble there on the front end, 11-6. Now, for the time being, that does put him in the number one spot. But as Boyd pointed out, $1,000 and 11-6.
And Bobby, I don't know how a better way to articulate this than we're about to get to the gauntlet. The next four guys are the top four money winners coming in. There are two world champions in that gauntlet that they're about to face.
All right. Hanchey. Rodeo announcers all over the United States and Canada. Oh, yeah, he's a four-time Canadian champion as well. He doesn't want to hear his name called unless you got a check to go with it. That's what everybody talks about. 14 times we've seen him out west. He's a world champion, and it was only 2013.
5'10", 160 pounds.
Pound for pound, he's amazing. Former Resist All rookie. He's got two checks. Get him up. I don't want to be a preacher.
Now, he liked his calf better than I did. Of course, that's the mark of a champion. You always say you drew a good one even if you didn't. By 1/10 of a second, it's going to put him in the number one spot with four guys to go. So he's got to feel pretty good about adding to that $2,500 in earnings.
Well, he's got to be proud of that horse he's riding, too. I mean, he bragged about him in that open. How many 5-year-olds do you know that would be that calm and that smooth in a pen this large their first trip?
And think about all of the great horses he's ridden and still riding for the last 15 years. That's a cowboy. Trevor, what do you got in that loop tonight, buddy? Trevor Hale comes from Barrington, Texas. He was the first round winner. Oh, at the age of 21, get off the line back Dunn. That Dunn horse could have backed up a little quicker. He's still good.
Wow. Who takes one to the middle of the field and still ties him in 11 flat? Folks, sometimes youth is just the great equalizer. He might not have as much experience, but he's only 21 years old, and that 11 flat put him in the lead. Way to go for Trevor.
The next cowboy you're going to watch is a four-time world champ. We asked Caleb, did you ever dream of that as a young man?
I was just hoping that I'd make the NFR when I got older, but yeah, I never dreamed that I'd be a four-time world champion, but it's a blessing, and through God's grace and good support and a great horse, this is where we are.
That horse is one of the best ever. Speaking of calm steeds, you'll never see an ear flinch out of pockets. The bay horse that is synonymous with Mr. Schmidt of Belleville, Texas, reaches out, makes the loop fit. If this can all come together, that 11 flat's in a hurry. 9-4. As he steps in the stirrup, takes one step forward, Belleville, Texas is now in the driver's seat.
I was watching old Pockets to see if he would flicker an ear, and he just kind of gave him an easy start, and then he gassed it.
Here come two spoilers right here. So if you're Shane Hanchey and you're winning third right now with an 11-5, actually second, third, with an 11-5, and you've won $2,500 coming in. Here comes Bo Cooper with 2,000. John Douch after him with 1,250. Hanchey could be on the chopping block depending on what these guys do. Cooper, Stettler, Alberta, Canada. Black, flip. And so now 9-4, 10-5. And Shane, that 10-5 is good enough for second. That would put Bo at 4,000. That would drop Shane down to 1,000, so he'd be at 3,500. This is getting hairy right here for Shane.
All right, the three of us together and individually have been able to brag on young John Douch at 26. Joe Beaver threw him into this mix about 7 years ago. Now you watch this man. Anybody here from Huntsville, Texas tonight?
Walker County, home to two great Texas institutions, the Texas Department of Corrections and Sam Houston State University.
And he went to college at Hill College at Hillsboro. All right, he's the number 2 man in the world, but he wants to be in the top 4 at Houston. Get him out, John. Now watch his hands. Yeah, get out of there. Woo! No insurance in that tie. Now you watch, he'll go for, I thought he was going to go for 2, so did he. But the clock said get out of there, beat 9-6 with 1.5 inch. John D., you are the man.
It came down to the very last run, and another past Rodeo Houston champ will advance. Crank that loop to get it ready to go. Pick it up, give chase out from behind the barrier line. Doesn't matter whether you're on a horse named Cornbread or you get to the end of it as River holds it tight and Hanchey finishes his job. 3 out of the 4 advancers, all past Rodeo Houston champions.
Okay, so this is the board for tonight. Caleb Schmidt, 9-4, John Douch, but this is the most important board. Caleb Schmidt's going to win the Super Series with $6,500. That's more money than everybody else. But as Andy was just pointing out, Schmidt and Douch and Hanchey are all past Rodeo Houston champions, and they're moving on to our finals. Boot Barn brought you the competition, and there is our Super Series 1 winner in the tie-down roping, Caleb Schmidt, and his RTIC cooler and amazing custom Rodeo Houston guitar. Now, we'll pay a bonus to you if you can really jam on that thing, and that's good. Thank you again to Boot Barn.
This is the Rodeo Houston Super Series. Here's how it works. We invite 40 of the top competitors in each of our 8 events. They're divided into 5 Super Series. Each one of those events is 3 rounds. When they conclude, the 4 highest money winners advance to one of our 2 semifinals. There are 10 in each of the semifinals. We take the top 4 from semifinal 1 and semifinal 2 and advance them to the championship. The 6 that do not advance from each semifinal round get another chance. They'll go to one of our wild card competitions. The winner from each wild card will advance to the championship. They join the others for a shot at the $50,000. The event winners from each Super Series will receive a 52-quart ultralight cooler from Arctic Outdoors and a custom Les Paul style electric guitar created especially for Rodeo Houston champions. And that's how the revolutionary Rodeo Houston Super Series works.
We're going to take you to the bucket chutes. Bareback riding is coming up next at Rodeo Houston.
Anyone who knows rodeo knows there's nothing more important than safety. That goes for our fans too. The Crown Royal Riders want everyone to make it home safely. As you enjoy Rodeo Houston, please make sure to always assign a designated driver. Crown Royal wants you to drink responsibly.
Thanks to Cavender's Boot City. As they sponsor the hard-working arena crew, they're down there in the dirt and the chutes, making it all work behind the scenes.
And there's a lot of work that they do. They are the unsung heroes. Once again, the tip of the cap to Cavender's Boot City Arena crew. And now, folks, captions are available on your mobile device at rodeohouston.com/captions. You take a picture of that QR code, and then all of a sudden you'll get the captions coming straight to your phone. So go ahead, take that QR code on the center screens. It'll take you directly to our closed caption mobile app. You're going to like that. It'll help you follow along. We're looking for you. We're looking for you. You're going to be on TV, so you better be smiling. Welcome back to Rodeo Houston inside NRG Stadium. As the fans continue to gather, our next contest is rough and rugged. We call it the Bareback bronc riding, often referred to as the most physically demanding event in professional rodeo. It's brought to you by Chevron. And last night, Nick Pelkey would ride his way to the #1 spot in Money One. This Mondovi, Wisconsin bareback rider is sitting at the top of his field with $4,500 won. So the Badgerland Cowboys putting together a real nice Rodeo Houston. He's chased by Cole Franks, Tanner Austin, Garrett Shadbolt. Those are both NFR Cowboys, and previously referenced Bradley Miller from Sam Houston State.
Three-time world champion Will Lowe will have the first shot at it. Amarillo, Texas is where he calls home. Last won this rodeo in the Astrodome. Got a horse called Vitalix Hangover. Rocker Steiner was 84.5 on this horse here last year.
Woohoo!
Swooping back and forth at the very beginning. But it's nothing that a 15-time NFR qualifier can't handle. As he creeps closer and closer to the $3 million mark, we're going to try and help him get there. 81.5 for Willie Lowe.
Well, gentlemen, after watching that first horse with 4 different swoops, and then he finally leveled out, didn't bother Willie any. Okay, he's 41. I got a kid now, 20 years old, to follow him, Bradley Miller. Huntsville again.
He was just 86.5 last Sunday in the short round at Tucson, Arizona. Number 3 in the world. Come on, Sam Eden. No, Matt Saddle. How's he get back? Are you kidding me? That is unbelievable. That is, now, Bob Tallman, you are known as the best color man in all of professional rodeo. I want to hear how you articulate this replay.
Watch him. That'll pry your hip right off. That comes when you're 20 years old. That comes from having heart the size of a basketball. South Texas, you got a world champion in the making, and he's a fine young man. I had a chance to visit with him. 73 points, lucky to be alive.
Well, that's, even though he tried hard, you can't constitute that as a great ride. It's just great try. There's no doubt about that.
Here is the aforementioned Nick Pelkey. $4,500, he's moving on. But he's got a great draw in Moon Dancer, a horse that they were 86.5 on here a year ago. Sits number 14 in the world. Servy family brings us a horse underneath him. Great Lakes Circuit champ. Just won Perry, Georgia. Moon Dancer. Hopping on the front end, then kicking out the back.
Wow. That is fun. That was fun to watch. Watch this horse set up, get in the air, and kick out the back end. Watch Nick turn his toes out, drag him to the rigging. Just firing away, jump after jump after jump. The Badgerland kid moves to number 1, 83 points. And Pelkey is on fire in Houston, Texas.
He wants a guitar, he wants a big check, and he wants a buckle and a bronze at the end of it. All right, Mason Clements. Now, Mason, you haven't got a lot of money won. This needs to be that 85 to a 90 tonight if you're going to do it. Time to rock the buckskin mare who's been to the NFR. Boyd just watched him win around with an 88 at Denver. Yeah, put your best foot forward. Yeah, rear back, set your feet. Woo, she come to buck too.
That is a boatload of power underneath him as well. I mean, that horse is yanking on his arm, but he's doing everything he can to keep his body in the middle. Look at the centrifugal force as his body and back hit the rump of that horse.
Oh, that's a heavy dude. That horse is so heavy, but he rode him so well, he ties for the top spot. 83 points. And Mason Clements, who used the Governor's Cup a year ago in Sioux Falls to make it to his 4th national finals.
Merriman, Nebraska's Garrett Shadbolt just won the National Western in Denver for the 2nd year in a row. High rolling Sydney.
That mat's, you leaned on it, the mat, right
That's
there.
the horse underneath him.
Pull that mat up.
They were 84.5 on this horse in Waco.
I gotta be able to get him.
Packs that right hand in.
It's a young horse, Andy, that they've used in the bronc riding. And horses look a lot different under a rigging than they do under a saddle. The last time we saw this horse, it was with Brody Kress at the National Western under a saddle.
On my leg here now, boys.
Now you watch him push on this side. Watch him push.
He's also young, Bob, only 7 years old.
Hang on, you can't do it!
It's gonna work. It's gonna work. 3 nights in a row. Now, to me, he's got a lot more fire in his feet than the horse had jump and kick. And it made the horse look better for the kind of ride that he just put on him, but still got the kick. Kicks at your feet, kicks at your feet. I see yellow flags are flying. I don't like that. They're going to mark him. Are you ready? 83.5. That puts him to the lead by a half a point.
This is where things are starting to get hairy. Mason Clements and Bradley Miller just got bumped down a spot. So right now Nick Pelkey looks solid, Garrett Shadbolt looks solid, but if Cole Reiner wants to join him, he's got to come get first place money. That means he's got to be 84 points on a horse called High Rollin' Sydney. Oh, excuse me, Texas Toes.
Yep.
All right, Cole, you go get him, cowboy. This guy won the Super Shootout here in 2022. He's won the Sid Shootout in St. Angela.
White shirt, white chaps, white horse, and he is putting the spur ride for the guitar. Woohoo!
This has been one of my biggest surprises of the whole Super Series, that this guy's only won 83 bucks. Good horse underneath him, and he strikes when he needed it the most. 84 points, and Reiner's now at the top.
That knocks Mason Clements out. So Mason will not be moving on, and Will Lowe will not be moving on. Two guys to watch. Tanner Ross, we asked him about the horse he had.
Tonight I have one of Servy's called Commander. Last time I got on him I was 85, which would place in one of these rounds real nice, so I'm hoping for the same.
So he's been there and done that on this horse in the past.
You got him, Cole?
our Watson's Commander, the full name of the horse.
Open it up a little bit.
Trying to smooch to a horse and he wants to kill you is tough to do.
Look at the whole slide gate. If you look at the left of your screen, the whole slide gate to the next horse is open. And they do that because they think if the horse sees the horse in front of him, he might stand up a little bit better for the cowboy. But it could be dangerous if that horse decides to try to go into that second chute. You see him moving that slide gate back and forth? That's what the whole deal is.
Around her nose and pull her nose.
Always bad.
I think I might have watched this horse on the Cowboy Channel with Richie Champion. It's San Antonio one night. He was 83 points.
Well, and as he mentioned, he's had this horse before, so he knows exactly what Commander can do, and he wants to get out on this sorrel.
Everybody in the stadium, when this gate cracks, you go wild. Let's go. Now, Tanner man. Pull, pull, pull. Look at the lift. Oh, yeah. There is where a bareback rider can help a bucking horse. Watch him reach deep, long-legged, and he lifts that horse every jump that he spurs.
Yeah, but the start of it wasn't as good as we hoped it would be, 80.5. That still puts Tanner tied for second and third with Garrett Shadbolt on money one. Now Cole Reiner is the guy in the trouble seat. Cole's at 3,083, and Cole Franks already comes in with 3,500. So it's a done deal. Franks is going to advance no matter what happens here.
There's a great chance he's going to add to that total. He's got a national finals bucking horse from the Cervies called Control Free. This is a rematch from Sykeston, Missouri, where he was 83.5. The number 9 man in the world. Let's add to it.
Get more money. That's the name of the game. Even in Super Series number 3. You never want to weaken. The more money you get ahead of the semifinals and the finals, it all adds to that 50.
That horse has made 7 or 8 trips here on its own, and they've won over 60,000 on that bay in this arena. Tonight, 77.5 for Franks. Looks like that's going to put him in the mix to get out of Super Series number 1.
I think it's big when you can put this many good ones. Oh, I'm glad you got back in the middle of that, Bradley. Reach as deep as you can, Cole. That'll wave your hair right off the front of your head. Folks, we got a young set of buckaroos that are making a hand. There's the legend in Will Lowe. Big time winning, tear the tape off. Cole Reiner, $3,000 with an 84. Shadbolt follows with Pelkey. Mason Clements got another $875.
But here is who is moving on from the to the semifinals. Nick Pelkey will win Super Series number 1. Come on, Nick, jam on that dude. Show us you can play it. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Congratulations, young man. And Nick Pelkey is the winner, and he gets that Arctic cooler along with that amazing Rodeo Houston guitar as we say thank you to Chevron.
When we come back, we bring them in 2x2 team roping here in the Bayou City.
Thank you to Houston Methodist, the official healthcare providers for the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, and supporters of Rodeo Houston Sports Medicine, caring for our rodeo athletes.
It's autograph time at the Fan Zone, presented by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. Meet our Rodeo Houston athletes, bullfighters, Leon Coffee, Rodeo Royalty, and more in sections 103 and 124. And don't forget your Rodeo Houston belt buckle.
So keep in mind that if you can't make it to NRG Stadium, you can watch us every night on Valley Sports Southwest. And also streaming live on Telemundo, Texas. If you don't believe me, I'm going to introduce you to our 2 friends who are calling it for Telemundo. That is Luis and Enrique. Gentlemen, how are you?
Saludos, amigos. Saludos, amigos. It's guitars and coolers tonight.
Sounds like a country song, right?
It is.
How are things on Telemundo?
Damas y caballeros, muchas gracias por acompañarnos. Recuerde Telemundo, siempre con toda la diversión. ¡Que viva el Rodeo Houston!
That is awesome, guys. What's your favorite event?
The Bulls. To me, it's always the Bulls, right, Luis?
Yes, all the time.
Well, it is great having you with us, guys. And remember, streaming live on Telemundo, Texas.
A great crowd is filling in for night number 3 of Rodeo Houston. And the team ropers are crowded on our leaderboard looking for a shot at the semifinals. Who's done it the best so far? Well, Mrs. Baird's and KHOU 11 bring it to us. Everyone has been chasing Senegini and Moats. The world champion on the head side, son of a world champ on the heel side. A pair of millionaires have added to those winnings. Look out for Lightning and Jonathan, along with Andrew and Tanner. But there is all kinds of opportunity to join the party.
All right, Richard and Bueller. You can only roll your R's and be articulate in Spanish. They are the defending champions at Houston. Can they come back and do it back to back? Nobody does this. This could be their night. They're in for $1,000. They need a big 3 to go with it. Head catch perfect, heels perfect. All right, boys. Will it make it? Will it win it? 5.2. Boydie?
Well, I think that's the fastest run of this Super Series. Folks, that's the fastest run of the entire rodeo. So I'm pretty sure 5.2 is going to hold on to get a check. The question is, how much? Let's go to a couple of brothers from Canada. The older brother on the horns, that's Dawson Graham. The younger brother at the heels, that's Dylan Graham. They're from Wainwright, Alberta, Canada. And I will promise you, you don't want to roll up there thinking you're going to take the money out of these kids' hands when they're in the Maple Leaf country. They own Alberta, that's for sure.
Past Canadian champs, won Medicine Hat earlier this year, or last year. But the head loop does not go on. No time for Graham squared. They'll take their coats back to Alberta.
All right, Andy, you're the team roping aficionado, the enthusiast, and still a competitor along with your dad. Here comes Ocala, Florida's Jonathan Torres at the heels. Lightning Aguilera, East Texas at the head end. Now they're number 7 in the world standings of the PRCA, but right now nobody's counting that.
Big point is right now they've won about $7,000. So they're in great shape to advance if they can add just one more check.
Aha.
Well, that 5.2 didn't last long as the fastest run of the rodeo. Are they clean at the line?
Looks like they are.
Yeah, it looks like they got out. Wow, folks, 4.5 is now the new fastest run of the rodeo. And I'm going to all but, certify they're going to be moving on to the semifinal.
Well, they call them core memories. Store that one in the memory bank for the championship. Here's the reigning world champions, Tyler Wade and Wesley Thorpe. Pair of Texans. Nearly $3 million between the two in career earnings, and they've still got a decade and a half in front of them.
Right now they're on the outside looking in. They would not make the semis unless they did something here. Wow, that's the biggest surprise of the rodeo so far for me. The fact that Tyler Wade and Wesley Thorpe ride in here as the world champs and are riding out without advancing to a semifinal.
That steer just looked too easy. He slowed up, he stuck him. When he went to the left, he said, you can see the look on his face. My God, how did I do that? Sorry, buddy, you'll be fine, Wesley. You'll be fine. All right, to Senegini and Moats, the stories are big, Andrew.
This is the other side of that coin. Past world champion Senegini doing the horn catching duties. Team's won 8,000. Number 16 in the world on the head side. Number 13 in the world is Ryan Moats. Stop the clock for the third time. We'll get you another paycheck. 6-1. That will put them number 3 in the go round. And with 3 more to sweat, they're going to get paid for the 3rd night in a row.
Looks pretty good to me.
You notice Ryan did not wait for that heel shot. He turned the corner and parked it and did it.
So let's go to a team that has already won $5,000 coming in. Andrew Ward and Tanner Braden. So they're looking really good. Even if they have a rough night, they're going to at least move up to 4th after their run. What do you say, guys? Horns and heels. There you go. That's good enough for 2nd place money right now for Ward and Braden. And that almost, the worst they can do is 4th. They're going to be moving on. Wait, Bob, 1 spot left and 2 teams trying to get it.
Yeah, the luck of the draw. All right. Let's see where we go. Massey and Mabry. We can do this. Can they be a spoiler? They've only won 4,000 against the Bill. Oh, no. Not tonight. Now, it's easy to be an armchair quarterback and say, I think I'd have rode up 1 more stride, swung my rope 1 more time. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. It's over. No time.
So the brothers Wyatt and Payton, Andy, what do they got to do in order to move into that number 4 spot?
They've won 1,500, so they would need another 2,500 in order to bump. Well, actually, no, another. Yeah.
They got to win 2nd.
First. Got to win another check regardless. Long reach on the front. We're only going to catch 1 hind leg, 9 and 7. And that will not be enough. So both sets of brothers are out in the team rope and race. Dang it.
On the night when you want to draw the best steer, on a night when you can't afford to break the barrier, on a night when all you need is a couple of $1,000, here's the come. Watch it. That was a Canadian coming to heel now. Take a big dip. Look at him fire when he does. That is a beautiful heel shot, and that's how you dally, Jonathan. You did good, buddy. Team roping, the richest event in professional rodeo, and on the backs of the quarter horse today. Aguilera and Torres, $6,000 at the top tonight. Ward and Braden with 4. Then there goes your list. Here you go, Andrew.
Here's who's advancing. Lightning and Jonathan at the top with 13,000. Senegini and Moats, Ward and Braden, and then Massey and Mabry. And there are the champs. Jonathan Torres and Lightning Aguilera jamming out on that custom guitar with a pair of Arctic coolers to boot. Oh, I love it.
They're not ZZ Top, though. I'll just tell them that. Thank you to Mrs. Bairds and KHOU TV 11.
Coming up next, get ready for the saddle bronc riding.
Make the most of your day at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. After the concert, take a fast trip on a wild ride, or relax and enjoy a bird's eye view of NRG Park outside at the carnival, presented by First Community. Relax in the Champion Wine Garden, presented by Frost Bank, and raise your glass with award-winning wines from around the world. Kick up your boots and dance to live music in the Hideout every night from 6 p.m. till midnight. The Hideout is designed especially for rodeo fans over 21. So stick around. There's something for everyone at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
Hey friends, we want to make sure that you have a great time while you're here at Rodeo Houston. But if you have an issue or a concern, just send a text to 832-241-0202, and someone will get right back with you. That number is also posted on the 4 corners of the stadium. So just text us if you have something you need to know.
There's a great look at our arena crew. Those talented folks working the gates, chutes, and equipment, they are all brought to you by our friends at Cavender's Boot City.
Ton of hard work, too. Oh, look at this. We love it when the families come to the rodeo. As we return to Rodeo Houston, check out that beautiful pink hat. That is a pretty pink hat. You know what? I think one of our bronc riders ought to ride in a hat like that. Saddle bronc riding is our next event. I'd probably, if I was a judge, I'd give a guy a few extra points for a hat like that. Energy Transfer bringing you the saddle bronc riding. Who's the hot shot? I talked about this guy in the opening. His name is Statler Wright. He has already won enough money to advance. There's no way anybody's going to knock him out of the top 4. The question is, who's going to survive out of Butner, Holman, Kress, Elsher, Winchuck, Shear, and McWhorter? Because they're all still mathematically in it.
Well, mathematically, you're going to go with Tanner Butner. He's got to try hard and make everybody else behind him try harder. Comes from Daniel, Wyoming, and tonight the horse is Canyon Sunset. They just were 86 points at Kalispell on this Survey Bucket horse. What in the world happened? I mean, he's a jump and a half into it, and he's trying to switch hands.
Something went wrong. I don't know if he lost a swell. Let's take a look back. Yeah, it looks like that maybe he loses his left swell early on.
I couldn't figure out what he was doing with his rein.
Did he spur over the rein?
No. He's hurt.
That's what I think. He pulled a groin or something.
Yeah, he's hurt. See him bend that left leg?
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to leave a mark.
Well, that's not good. He was my pick. That's a little selfish, isn't it?
We're sorry, Boyd.
You should have picked Stadler.
I didn't. Patty did.
One of the hottest men in all of professional rodeo.
Hold it. You guys,
Currently
you're back
sits
into my plane.
number 1 in the world. He's the son of a world champion, the brother of a world champion, the nephew of a world champion. Let's just say, if you don't have a gold buckle, things can get awkward at the dinner table at the right.
Well, he showed up at Reno last year. I didn't think he was old enough to vote,
Get off. We're gonna
even
roll.
at the
No.
dinner table.
You got it back.
Want him a big check.
Get this on.
I'm lip reading down here, and Chuck Kite, the flank man for Survey Championship Rodeo, has just told Statler to get off because they're going to want to roll this horse after we buck Q McWhorter. So what we're going to do is make space and shoot number 4 by bucking Q McWhorter next, and then we'll come back, roll Statler's horse up from 3 to 4, and then buck him. So that's what the plan is down there.
I'm not sure why he did it, but I'm going to say, Chuck Kite, you tell me to jump out of a helicopter, I will without a parachute. He'd be there to catch me.
I wouldn't recommend that, Bob.
Guys, she's gonna lay down.
Q McWhorter. Here's the Cal Poly Cowboy from Petroleum, California. Whoa! Get you some. Look at the bird flying. It's springtime in Texas.
You know, for a horse named Mood Swings, that was pretty consistent.
Yeah, a lot to like.
Yeah. No back and forth, just honest, straight down the pin.
Well,
Little low-headed, so it took a little extra rein.
He spurs over it twice. See how he spurs over the rein right there? More than twice, almost every jump. 76 points for Q.
All right, let's go back to Stadler.
I think that's what we're doing.
See if that program works. When you come from, I think Boyd used the term, the Wright family, the dynasty, you don't have to ride broncs, but you'll be home alone if you don't.
We just were informed that it's a re-ride for Q McWhorter.
That's kind of her stuff.
That's her.
All right.
Southpaw Cowboy, left-hand delivery. Nice little bay bucking horse, jump kick. There you go. That's the thing about the Wrights. They all have quick feet. They can keep up with those horses that buck in a rapid fashion. Wilhelmina.
You just watched his brother win an 84 score at Denver on that horse. 82 and a half is where we're going to put him tonight. Stadler, welcome to the top of the pile.
So Boyd mentioned those athletes that don't feel safe in the saddle bronc riding standings. Brody Cress was one of those. At just over 2,600, guns blazing is the horse he has drawn. The Hillsdale, Wyoming Cowboy needs to add to that total because of those who will follow him. Cowboy won about $180,000 in Las Vegas at the National Finals Rodeo. His 7th trip there.
How about that?
Again, another one of those younger horses, 7 years old, the Z brand, the serving straight. Whoa.
Ooh, test you right there. Now that horse bucks with his head pretty general right out in front of him. But I want to see how much rain he had right here. Oh, did he not? He might have took too long a rain, but he made up for it. That guy could ride anything with hair on it that jumps and kicks with no rain.
Well, he just moved into a tie for the top, 82.5. And I'm going to tell you, those 3 state champion wrestling titles in the state of Wyoming probably came in a little bit handy for his balance right there.
The next cowboy you're going to meet, his name is Lefty. We asked him, how'd you get that name?
My parents wanted me to be a left-handed baseball player. I'm a right-handed bronc rider, but I'm sticking to it.
All right, Lefty, let's ride with that right hand and go get their money. Horse is called Hard Drive from the Bailey Company. Can be a little hard to ride, they say, but this looks like a date. A dream date. Where's the hard to ride in that one? I mean, he bucks. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, he's a hard bucker, but he doesn't throw any trash in there, what you would think.
I think that horse gets a lot of people down early, but Lefty shows up early and often. 85 points. There's your #1 saddle bronc rider.
Well, I took that cue from Shane Gunderson, the man that owns the David Bailey Rodeo Company. So I had to go with it. That'll work. All right, everybody in here from the top 20, every bronc rider tonight, one chuck. Colby, one chuck. A couple of years ago, Boyd and Andy, we beat this kid up in this arena. He got on about 5 re-rides. We'd slam him down. Another one would mash him.
I like his horse, though. His horse is Fancy Frank, out of Lunatic Fringe, one of the great sires from the Birch brothers. This horse, even though it's a right-hand delivery, is more than likely going to circle around to the left. But watch where this horse takes his nose when he bucks, everybody. He is going to stick that nose right down between his hooves each and every jump. Fancy Frank, you can be fancy on him because he's very consistent. Each jump looks like the one before it.
Pull his nose around. Pull his nose around.
I think it's cool that we talk about generational talent in the athletes. They won the $50,000 on this horse's dad, Lunatic Fringe. So,
yeah. And just for the record, this kid won the short round in Tucson last Sunday with an 88-point ride. Here goes.
Oh, here comes your Canadian. The neck rope didn't quite come loose. We're getting a hop, we're getting a hop.
Horse goes right down the gate from the start, but Juan Chuck does his job. Great camera shot of those toes being turned down. 68 is going to be the verdict for Colby. 68.
Well, let's wait and see if I saw an orange flag too. Court cheer, Bluffdale, Texas. All right, everybody get ready. Here's another Houston champion. Court cheers only won $500. He needs to go to the lead. I mean, to the top. The 85.5, 86.
No, he ain't out yet.
If that works right, Maniac Wheel from Legacy will be the re-ride horse for Colby.
It's going to be one of those three, Bob. All right, Court. 2011, he cashed 2 big checks, left here with over 75,000. But he's got to show up big tonight with only 500 in his pocket. He had to be riding for first place. And 79.5 is going to put him in the number 4 spot. So with our next cowboy coming up, his name is Cole Elshier, and we asked him what's so special about this rodeo.
This is amazing rodeo. The hospitality here for our families is second to none, and it's just it's our whole family's favorite rodeo. And so fun to be able to walk out of the arena, and my daughter runs to me. We pick her up, we go sign autographs together, and just have a great time. And everybody here is here and to support your family as well as you.
Well, this rodeo's better because of people like Cole Elshier. Pinto Pass, the legacy horse underneath him, number 14 in the world. We tell you that because the top 15 cowboys and cowgirls in the world qualify to the National Finals Rodeo. Cole has been there 4 times. Won the world's toughest rodeo in Columbus, Ohio. But is on the outside looking in. Needs more money now, Bobby.
84 points has been the average. That would help on this horse. Boy, if you could just freeze frame every jump when that horse kicks, you watch his body set his feet in the right spot.
This Rome paint, Bobby T, fits him like a glove. All the way to the 8, and we have a tie at the top. 85 points for Elshier.
Well, that is interesting. Very interesting.
So this should be
back to your college kid.
This should be Q McWhorter. Remember, he was awarded a reride earlier in the rodeo, Petrolia, California. Q is 24 years old. He was 84 in Fort Worth, 86.5. He's only won nothing. He's got to get a check, and a big one. He needs to be 85.5 because he needs to win at least $3,000 to have a prayer of moving on. And that would require an 85.5 to take the lead, and 79 won't make that doggone.
One of the best bronc ridings we've seen up to this point, fellas.
Absolutely. Classic event. One thing about the bronc riding, you better keep your feet in the stirrups or you'll be disqualified. You better lift on that rein or you'll get pulled over the front end of the horse. You better charge with those feet because the money's in the mane. Lift on the rein. Say, peach me with you. And that, of course, Lefty raising that right hand, and Cole Elshier is about to go see that little girl. So here's how it stacks up in this round. Holman and Elshier for now are splitting the win at 85 points apiece with Wright and Crest. We can't give you a final advancing board because Colby Wanchuk of Canada was awarded a re-ride, and that could affect the final results of who's advancing in the saddle bronc riding. So we'll get that to you when the saddle bronc riding is concluded. Big thank you to the folks who brought us the saddle bronc riding, and that is our friends at Energy Transfer.
The next contest we are bringing you, that will be the steer wrestling here at Rodeo Houston.
Okay, folks, it's time for Entertainer Trivia. Answer the questions on the screen correctly for a chance to win season tickets to the 2025 Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
Check out the best seats in the house, the chute seats, presented by Hess. They are right behind the bucket chutes.
Oh boy, we're taking you to the fan zone. Now this is all presented by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. You'll find these fan zones right there. Go see Nick. Sections 103 and 124. The team ropers They're ready to sign. Rodeo Houston saddles are up there at both locations. Pick up a beautiful Rodeo Houston buckle while you're there.
You know, most people have a bucket list of things they need to do in life. You need to put a bucket list together for the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, and that autograph section is one of it. So we do have lip readers in the audience, so we know what you all are talking about.
No, we
don't. So yes, we do. We got lip readers, and we can tell what you're saying. So be careful. We'll be back in 3. Welcome back to Rodeo Houston, where, as you recall, we were unable to finish the saddle bronc riding because a reride opportunity was awarded to a great Canadian bronc rider. He definitely has the chance to advance. It doesn't look good for him to win the Super Series, but he's got a chance to advance.
All right, nothing like having that chance. Colby Wanchuk. Colby Wanchuk is ready to go. Whoa, wait a minute. Cole Walker's ready to go. All right, this is steer wrestling. We are ready with the steer wrestling competition. Cole's already in behind the barrier with a thank you to Mattress Firm for bringing it to you. All right, there's Big Stephen Culling, the Canadian. He's been hotter than a pistol. He's got 5,000. That's pretty assured position. Kyler and Kyle right on his tail. The champ, T. Wagaspack. He's in a group that they're all trying to put the pressure on him.
You get past those top 2, and they get real stingy from there on out. So it is anybody's game. And that's good for Cole Walker, Springtown, Texas. He's got a shot at it if he can collect one more check. The biggest one of all would be great. Set the pace for everyone to follow. 21-year-old Texan is running at it. No safety and up here. 4.3 for Walker, and he will not go down without a fight. Oh no, he broke the barrier.
I'm waiting to see. Yes, they said he did. It's going to be 14-3. Well, that takes the bite out of that dog.
It's another shocker here. The 5-time champ of the world, Tyler Wagaspack, only has $1,000 to his name.
Hold on, Wes. Hold on. There you go.
Won this rodeo back in 2017. $2.3 million in career earnings. Come on, Wags. Gathers himself up. 5-4. That has me nervous.
Yeah. Projection right now. What's got us nervous is that usually Ty right here is not going to be 5-4. He's going to be 4-4. And just had a little bit of an uncooperative steer. Mike McGinn has only won $250 in his first 2 rounds, and that will not be enough. He got both of those with penalties by breaking the barrier. So the Haynes, Oregon Cowboy, 29 years old in his 10th season, just needs to make the best fast run he can. Come on, Mike. Left horn down, nose up. Oh, there we go. Well, he didn't get the flag. All 4 legs of the nose got to be laying in the same direction. All 4 legs of the nose have to be lying in the same direction before you'll get that field flag judge. And that's why it took him 13 to 9 seconds, because the judge said it never got there. So Mike had to do it twice.
Pretty interesting. I think I said this in the Cavro, but look at the draw. In this, as we watch Gus Friends in Nebraska. There, that's what I wanted Mike McGinn to do a minute ago. Go a half a stride more, line him out, then bring him down. Gus, you did it good.
That's a great point, Bob. He goes just a little bit further to shape that steer up, and that 5-3 leads it by 1/10 of a second. Rowdy Parrott of Mamou, Louisiana. 750 to the good for the LSU fan. Spotted steer running straight down the pen. Come on, Rowdy. Attaboy. 5 and 3, splitting it at the top.
Beautiful run. So, Rowdy's done what he needed to do. Our next Bulldogger is Stephen Cully. We asked him, if you weren't rodeo, what would you be doing?
He told us that he would be a firefighter. Either way, he's in the gym working out and ready to do big things.
Oh, he backed in and nodded, didn't he?
Yes, he has. Didn't want to waste any time. He's going to break out, too, so we'll add 10 seconds, 19 and 6. But he was going at it, Bobby T, because he'd already won $5,000.
Well, he wants to be in a hurry, but a half a second or 1/2 a stride later, he still had trouble getting him thrown down. That's about the third one tonight. New pen of steers. They're not going to be slicing and dicing. Okay, Kyler Dick. Big story for the man from Oakley, Utah, the clean-cut kid. Won second at Salinas last year, second at Pendleton. Oh, that steer's running. He had to pump to get to him. Yeah, oh yeah, this is a pen, all right. Woo, that beef is brawny tonight, Boyd.
I think this is a good time to point out that you don't get to pick the steer you want to run. It's randomly drawn. You don't get to the pen before everybody else go, I call dibs on the brown and white one. It doesn't work that way. They are randomly drawn for each cowboy, and I'd be honest and tell you that that was not the one anybody wanted to draw. 9 and 3 for Kyler Dick. But the good news is he'd already won $4 grand. He was in. So now we turn to the Alabama Slammer, Kyle Irwin. Yeah. That'll work.
Yeah, the old veteran did just exactly what he needed to do, make the right run. 5 and 8. Sometimes staying in your lane in the middle of the pack is an okay thing to do.
But you advance on money one, and it came down to round 3 to determine who advances. World champions, NFR qualifiers, and up-and-coming rodeo athletes, all taking a leap of faith as they go to the nose to stop the clock, tossing 600 pounds of Corey Innie steer. Here's who won it tonight. Gus Franzen with a 5 and 3, splitting it with Rowdy Parrott. That was 2,500, but here's who advanced.
Well, Stephen Cullen with the big 5,000. Kyler right on his tail, 500 behind him. Franzen and Parrott. They're going to hold that position. You did good, boys. Okay, let's see what the Canadian can... Oh, he's been hanging around here a while. Good for you, buddy. Proud of you with a thank you to Arctic. I love those coolers, but I say thank you to Mattress Firm.
Stay where you're sitting. The horse race and the ladies. The Cowgirls Barrel Races when we come back.
Wondering what to do after the show? Head outside to a one-of-a-kind beer garden and enjoy the official beer of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo at the Miller Time Bar. Discover a unique rodeo oasis. Come unwind with a hard seltzer or beer at the Topo Chico Hard Seltzers Oasis. And if you've worked up an appetite, head on over to the ranch for a casual or fine dining experience. So stick around. There's plenty to do and something for everyone at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
Check the screens for the answer to the trivia question. The winner will be announced on March 17th.
Hey, everybody, look at the video screens. Carnival Cruise Line Cowboy Cam This will bring out the Wild West in you. Here's our leader, Leon Coffee. He's wild. Oh, look at there. Where'd you get those hats, guys? Put a mustache on her. Oh, there you go. Eating a chocolate chip cookie with a mustache. That's fun. Oh, he's already got, put a mustache on him. He's got a goatee. Oh, sunglasses inside at night. Thank you to the Cowboy Cam. Thank you to Carnival.
So glad you stayed with us at Rodeo Houston inside Energy Stadium. Here comes the horse race. The barrel racers are ready to do their thing on behalf of the WPRA. It is brought to you, though, by our friends at S&B Engineers and Constructors. So far, Paige Jones, she's been as hot in Houston as she is in Cody, Wyoming. She's about to own both arenas. Jones has $4,000, although that's only $250 in front of the legendary Lisa Lockhart. Jessica Rotier, Jimmy Smith, those are all NFR qualifiers right there on the top of that board. Everybody else is chasing them.
Jimmy Smith will get the first chance to scratch the surface. McDade, Texas, just over $2,000. Usually that magical number's right around $3,000 if you want to get out of your Super Series. Sorrel horse, ready to ride. She'll start with a right-hand turn, finish with two to the left. There is the first of those two left-hand turns. One more to go. This is a Texas lady. Oh!
Ouch.
Knocking over the third. That'll cost her $5, turning a $14.87 into a $19.87 for Jimmy Smith.
Great year.
Lisa Lockhart is in the third most money-winning position. Coming in, she is the most money-winning lady of the WPRA. This lady in a buckskin and a blue roan mare have won $3.3 million. 17 times she's been to the NFR. She is a Houston champion back in 2016. All right, everybody, let's go. Kick, 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 Mom. Oh, boy, 14:57. That's close to the fast time, isn't it?
That isn't close to it. It's second behind the 14:50. Is that what she just recorded, or 57?
57.
Well, yeah. Yeah, she had a 14:50. She's got the two fastest runs, okay?
There you go.
Scotta Peters, Sublet, Kansas, next up. $750 to the good. All right, there's the right-hand turn. Watch him now. Watch the horse's ears. See when he sees that barrel? Those ears will pop forward. She checks him up again. The Kansas Cowgirl from the Heartland. As they used to say on Hee-Haw, if it weren't for bad luck, they'd have no luck at all. 15.24 for Peters. And I doubt that that's going to get her the money she needs to go on.
You guys witnessed this next cowgirl win the NFR Open in Colorado Springs, Colorado last year.
Yes, sir.
Jessica Routier, six-time NFR qualifier. The champ of the Pikes Peak or Bust Rodeo. 2 turns in on the Palomino. One more turn to go. Let's get loud for a South Dakota cowgirl. 14.87, put her number 2.
Yeah, and those two South Dakota cowgirls that have been so predominant at the National Finals Rodeo the last few years continue their winning ways. You ready for Paige?
I'm ready. And the two of you articulate the words together at the College National Finals, where you watched this lady win it a year ago. This is Paige Jones. Paige, that's going to cost you 5 seconds. $19.85 is the total. That is economic distress.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Not for her. She was already in. There was no way they were going to knock her out. Now we turn to last year's college national champion for the University of West Alabama. This is Tacey Matthews. She and her sister qualified for the CNFR. She made it to the NFR. Now it's time to win some money here. She's only won $250, and at the price of fuel, that's not going to get you far. So let's help this. We're turning this into a demolition derby. The third barrel is jumping up and biting them like a rattlesnake. 2017 with the +5.
Even though Bob didn't say it, you can check off rattlesnake on your Bob Tallman bingo. Montgomery, Texas, the hometown of Ashley Castleberry. That's right. Get behind her because she needs you. She's only won $500, and it's going to take a lot more than that for this nice young lady on the gray horse to make this city proud and move her out of Super Series number 1. As she gauges him into the arena, let's get behind her. Turn number 1's a good one. Keep riding, Ashley. 2 right-hand turns to finish it out. Now let's get loud. She felt the energy, 1465. Oh, it's going to come down to the last one. Great run, Ashley.
All right, rodeo fans, I promise you, Andy just said it. She felt your support. Let's do it one more time for Stephanie Fryer. Come up from Waco, Texas. Here's your Texas Circuit qualifier. The champion at Helotes last year. You ready? All right, let's go with her. That's good. 1 right, 2 left. Leave them standing. Now, Houston, she's good. $14.96. That sounds kind of like a price tag. It's on sale, Mattress Firm. That's all right. It was good watching any way you look at it, Andy Seiler.
Well, I can promise you the horses you just watched are not on sale. Some of the best breeding and the high-powered horse flesh getting around all 3 barrels. You don't want to knock them over. That's a costly penalty as a Montgomery cowgirl gets across the line in great fashion. Here's who won it tonight. Lisa Lockhart with a $3,000 check. Ashley getting a piece of the action as well, but here's who will advance.
Lisa Lockhart, that's all she does is win. $6,750. Paige Jones will be going with her. Jessica Rotier and Ashley Castleberry. So, Lisa, they're asking me in my ear if you'll really jam the guitar. Go ahead. Go ahead. There you go. Like I said, she ought to win the prize for the best jamming as well. Lisa Lockhart. Wonderful job, my lady. She gets the Arctic Cooler, the Rodeo Houston guitar. Thank you to S&B Engineers and Constructors.
We keep the cowgirl traditions rolling. Breakaway Roping brings in the ladies of the WPRA. Oxy brings it to us, and we are so proud to have them. Who's been the best as of yet? Tiana Gray. The young lady was part of a national championship team at Sam Houston State University and carries that legacy on. Braylee Shepard, the world champion, Shelby Beaujolais-Medjid, and Tacey Webb. All part of that lineup. Let's see who advances.
All right, Joey. Anybody here from Montana cheer on from the cold country? No, 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 no.
That's what you got to do when you're first to go and you won no money. So Volberg, Montana. Come on, folks. It's a long way from Montana to Houston, Texas. You don't want to drive it. There's not a straight line from here to there. Thank you for that Houston hospitality. So this lady made it to our finals last year. In other words, she survived the Super Series, she survived the semifinals or the wild card, made it to the top 10 a year ago. Sarah Angeloni, the number 13 ranked breakaway roper in the world, a world champion all-around cowgirl in the WPRA. Nice run, Sarah. 2.7. That is good. That's the fastest run of the rodeo right now. I like it.
Well, to have the number 1 lady standing beside you with Danielle Lohman. There she lopes off, chewing that green bubble gum again. Next to go, Tacey K. Webb, Midway, Texas. Here's your reigning Texas Circuit champ, champ at Pecos. Oh! I'm glad she didn't throw it to jump before. She did sizzle it on him. 3.8. Well, these cattle are running tonight, gentlemen.
That's good enough for second. She came in here as a top 4 money winner with $2,000 won. So that is looking good right now with that second place spot. But I look, we're not supposed to have favorites, but I'm rooting for this cowgirl because I would like to see a breakaway roper win Fort Worth, San Antonio, and Houston. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Then go on and win San Angelo, too. Go ahead.
Daniel, is she clean?
Yep.
Well, folks, that cowgirl's already won Fort Worth this year, already won San Antonio, and now if this will hold, she'll have enough money to be on her way to winning Houston. Let's hear it for Danielle Lohman.
Braylee Shepard of Fitzhugh, Oklahoma. Last night's winner with a 2 and 9. Reaches out, but the calf steps through the loop, so it'll be an illegal catch and a no time for Braylee. She was gunning for it. She had enough money to advance, so she did what she had to do just to get more money.
That is correct. Well played.
All right, we're going to meet a world champion who's married to a world champion. Shelby Medjid, Miles City, Montana. She has won $2,750. Oh, this might get her to advance. Let's see if it works. Unofficially, I'm going to give it all to you. 3.1. 3-1. That'll move her into the number 2 spot, right behind Shelby Medjid.
It's projection. At that point, it's a projection until it's over. She's actually in the number 3 spot on time in the round, so that coincides with $1,000. Bo Peterson, Council Groves, Kansas. She puts a 3-4 on him, but that's $750, and that might be a little too late for Bo.
Portales, New Mexico, the hometown of Tiana Gray. She's won $37.50, so she will be advancing. So let's go make a run, Tiana. My apologies, she's won $4,000, but she's going to add to it with a 3 and 2. Add to that total, why not? You're already here. They are awarding the money. She earns it for the 3rd night in a row. It's a great roping, fellas.
Well, when you think she's already picked up $4,750, Danielle, Shelby, and Braylee stay in that 4. Ladies breakaway roping. Good stuff. There's the nod. Here's the concentration. That was a world champion. This is one in the making. And there could be the new leader of the world for a long time to go. Ladies, thank you. Danielle, you're amazing at 3,000. Tarangeloni, Shelby Beaujolais Midget. That's big, but here is the overall.
Tiana Gray with 47.50, followed by Lohman, Medjid, and Shepard. They will advance. But if you're going to beat our last rock and roll lady, Tiana, we want to see what you... Oh, look at this, a little leg kick. Oh, I love the Chuck Berry move. She's going to get that Arctic cooler and that beautiful custom guitar. Thank you to Oxy for sponsoring our breakaway roping.
Ooh, do you like bull riding? Because if you do, better go nowhere. It's next.
See those busy men and women working the gates, chutes, and setting up the equipment? Say thanks to Cavender's Boot City for sponsoring our arena crew.
And be sure and visit the Fan Zone, presented by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. You will find the Fan Zone at sections 103 and 124. There they are. So you can go up there, take a picture with your favorite rodeo stars, get an autograph, pick up your Rodeo Houston belt buckle. Texas Farm Bureau Insurance Fan Zone, 103, 124.
Hey everybody, professional bullfighter here, Dusty Tuckness at Rodeo Houston. I want to give a big shout out to the team that keeps this thing moving, the sports medicine team and Houston Methodist. As you can see, I'm a little banged up myself right now, and they've been taking care of me. You know, they're doing everything in their power to keep us competing, and all the doctors, therapists, trainers, we give a big shout out to you all for keeping us going and doing what we love to do here at Rodeo Houston. Thank you.
Thank you, Dusty Tuckness. There is the man. You're going to meet him up close and personal in a few minutes. The GOAT, the greatest of all times. Now remember, we told you we were going to come back. Hot pink shirt tonight. This will be a second opportunity for Colby Wanchuk. Sherwood Park, Alberta, Canada.
As you rejoin us at Rodeo Houston, we're going straight to the re-ride bronc from Colby Wanchuk. Oh, yes. This is now the time where we can finally decide who's advancing in the saddle bronc riding to a semifinals. I believe that is Maniac Wheel, the horse underneath the Canadian who's been to the national finals, and guess what? I think he did what he had to do. 83 points. No, he's going to be $250 shy of what it would have taken to advance. So, doggone it.
So here's what happened tonight. Lefty Holman and Cole Elshier tie for the top with an 85-point ride, followed by Wanchuk and Wright. But here's who will advance. Lefty Holman at 52.50, followed by Statler Wright, Cole Elshier, and Brody Kress. Why not give it to the man named Lefty, the right-handed bronc rider? Let's see which hand he plays this guitar with. There it is. He's got the Canadian tuxedo on, ready to have some fun with that custom guitar and Arctic cooler. You gotta love a mullet, don't you? Oh, and we love you, Lefty Holman. Congratulations, the champion of Super Series #1 in the saddle bronc riding.
Are you ready to ride some bulls? Here we go, thanks to Rock and Roll Denim. Everybody wants to be Grayson Cole, the hotshot youngster. He can buck off a one a month ago, get back on him, ride him the unridables. He's at $4,500 with a $1,000 lead ahead of the veteran Jeff Askey. The Cajun Dustin Bouquet, chance shot from the Badlands. Wow, that is a list. Good luck, boys.
But they've got three men who will step in and make sure they stay safe, and we got three of the best in the business. On the left of your screen, it's the GOAT, the greatest of all time, Mr. Dusty Tuckness. In the middle, the Wyoming NFR sensation, Mr. Nate Justice. And the man on the right of your screen, the fastest man in cleats, Mr. Bo Sheets. And it would not be Rodeo Houston without welcoming the Hall of Famer, the legend, the one and only Leon Coffey, sitting in the barrel. Oh, thanks for cleaning that off for us, Leon.
First bull rider to go is a veteran from the great state of Texas. He's 36-year-old Jeff Askey. He's already won enough money to advance. He's already won $3,500. He is in. Mathematically, there's no other contestants that could knock him out of the top 4. The question now is a question of pride, because this bull bucks a lot of guys off. His name is Buckeye. He's 22-7. If you ride him, your average score is 85.5. So in Askey, you got a 6-time NFR qualifier. You hear the term NFR because that's like saying Super Bowl or World Series. You can't win a world championship unless you make it there. And he's played in 6 of our national finals.
You like one like that?
Yeah, he'll come.
I'd like one to look.
Go, Jeff. You gotta get out of there.
Woo! They say in the lats. That's in the lats. Holy hoppin' hamburger. Now, I'm waiting to see what the judges rule, but my opinion's not going to change. He needs to take this score. He'll be the only guy to ride all 3 bulls in this Super Series if they give him a score. Now, there might be a chance because that bull slipped and fell, they could offer him a re-ride once that bull falls on those back legs. But he doesn't have to take it. He could take the 7. Yes, they are going to offer him a re-ride. But if I'm Jeff, I take the 79 points, knowing there's a chance I'm going to pick up another big check, and I'm already moving out of the semifinals.
Get paid. That's what it comes down to, right? Just get paid and move on.
Well, when you're running that hot, he's got all the lead that he needs. And that's confidence for your banker. All right, try it with Young Canyon.
This is a rematch, Bobby T. He had this bull in Pleasant Grove, Utah, and sitting sideways from Legacy Pro Rodeo bucked him off. Now, this Johnson City, Texas cowboy has yet to ride one. 2 no scores. So he needs to beat that 79 you just saw. Try to get a $3,000 payday. Bull goes to the left, right there, close to the chutes. Come on, Canyon! Oh. He goes out the back, and a no score to no avail for Bass.
You've got to think about centrifugal force. When this little bull gets out there about 2 jumps, he goes to picking up speed. Look at his upper body trying to wave his left hip over, trying to wave, left foot comes loose. You ride bulls with your feet, not your hand, and your upper body is so important.
That landing makes me feel like it's going to hurt getting out of bed in the morning. Yikes.
I'd have to be in bed for 2 years after that. All right, Colton Kelly, Rome, Texas, up north. Now this bull called Don Juan is 17-3, 82% buck off. When they ride him, they'd be 86 points. You have to win the round, Colton, if you're going to win this. You got to do it. Come on, left foot is trouble. Right foot couldn't hold him. He had to win a round. It's history.
Well, you get a good shot there when he starts to lean forward and those feet come loose. There's nothing left to hold you on.
And because Canyon Bass and Colton Kelly both bucked off, we can guarantee you that this guy is going to advance. This is Dustin Bouquet of Berg, Louisiana. He won the round last night with an 85. That's worth $3,000. Of the 2 guys left to go after Dustin, they both have won 1,000 and 4,500, so they can pass that 3,000. But at this juncture, they're the only 4 guys that have won money. So he would advance. All right, Dustin. The bull you've got, buddy, you know well. He's the Iceman. 32-9. Chance Shot rode this bull here last year for 88 points. This is a Bailey bucking bull. Come on, Dustin. Oh, going away from his hand. Started into his hand. Went back away from his hand. And see right here, into his hand, that's great. But when this bull checks back to the left, that's away from his hand. He's rocked in it. And then just swats him out the back end. Oh, like a fly swatter.
Here was my pick at the top of the show, and I am 100% in on Chance Shot. McLaughlin, South Dakota. Got $1,000 won. Hot Rocks is a bull that they don't ride very often. He's got an 89% buck-off rating. He's only been ridden 2 times in 19 tries. Champion of Bismarck, North Dakota.
Go back there, Shane. Yep, right now.
Right-handed cowboy. Brings that rope across. Make his final preparation.
He rode the previous bull here for 88 points, so I'm not betting against Chance.
Keep grinding now. Keep going at it.
Turn it back into his hand. Free arm up the side of his ear. Stay on that rope. So I'm going to ask you to watch one thing real quick. On the replay, Bob said this earlier, you ride bulls with your feet, not your hand. He's riding this bull as long as those legs stay up on that rope. The minute they come free from that rope, right back there, game over.
All right, as we go to Grayson Cole, we had a chance to ask him. He's in his 2nd year pro rodeo, and how do you like it?
I just love getting on a bunch of bulls. As many bulls as I can get, I'm going to be happy. The good Lord put me on this earth to ride bulls, and I'm here for it all.
He's doing a great job of it. He's ridden both bulls, 85 in round 1. That was worth $3,000, 80.5 last night. But he's got an unridden bull. This bull is 7-0. The Fredonia, Pennsylvania Cowboy is on tar, baby. Can make it to the whistle here. He'll go 3 for 3. See if he can rock out.
You can tell by his character, his heart is in it. All the people in the First Frontier, back east, up north. The Harris family at Woodstown. I hope you're watching tonight. Here comes your circuit champion. How would a guy that weighs 135 pounds think he's going to move that bull weighing 1,500?
He's going to have a little help.
Look at him.
Stand up.
He wants to make sure he's standing. He wants a fair shot first jump out of the shoes.
Oh, wait. Go get him, dog.
Now he's right.
Elbow! Elbow!
No.
So this bull has a really weird way of bucking. I want you to watch how he almost walks out of the chute. See, he doesn't buck out of the chute. He's kind of walking on his front legs. And then when he bucks, he walks a little bit on those front feet. And he's just not real smooth in his rhythm. And some tough luck there for Grayson, but it won't be tough luck when we look at this final board. First of all, let's take a look at how it happened on this night. The grimace of a veteran from Texas, Jeff Askey. The balance, the control, he almost took a horn to the face. Leon looks on, ready to articulate anything that needs to be said. Lose your feet, you'll lose your way. And sometimes that way is to land on the back of your neck or the back of your bottom. Boom! That's right, you'll never twist an ankle if you land on your rump. But the day of bull riding, it's an 8-second job that is hard work. And the guys with the mustaches love to do it. Tonight, one man The Texan, Jeff Askey, with 79 points, takes the $3,000. And that means what?
That means that he is going to win the Super Series, and advancing is Grayson Cole, Dustin, and Chance. But there is our champion, Jeff Askey, rocking out on that custom guitar with an Arctic cooler to go along with it. Congratulations, Jeff, our champion of the first Super Series here at Rodeo Houston. Thank you to Rock and Roll Denim for bringing us the bull riding.